The recent experiences I've had with OE3 right now have not been positive ones. I am extremely disappointed. For someone who is, for an organization or a group that is trying to solicit folks and asking them to come back and uses tactics like intimidation, going to folks' homes uninvited. My family doesn't come to my home unless they call me and say, hey, Tony, are you guys home? Is it okay for us to stop by? That's basic decency and courtesy. And they show up at your house, and their response is the same one I received the last Friday. I'm not interested. Oh, well then, you're not going to get great service. You're not going to be represented. I guess you don't want to raise then, eh? I don't think those are the answers that we're looking for. And on a Friday, last Friday, one of these gentlemen showed up in one of the most secured departments in this organization, the IT department, where compliance is number one, security is just as important, and we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment in a secure area. You don't go into that area unless you're invited. And this gentleman piggybacked off of someone leaving the department. And to top it off, he asked for someone that hasn't been at AHS for 3 to 4 years. So this gentleman became belligerent, irate, when my colleague and I told him we weren't interested. And when we asked him his name, he just walked out, wouldn't explain why he said what he said, wouldn't give us our name, and kept yelling that he was in a public area. Well, that's not right. And we filed a formal complaint with the sheriff's department. We filed a complaint with our lawyers, with our union lawyers, and this incident is going straight up to the CEO. Just not kosher. And that's not what I want in a union that's supposed to be representing me, let alone someone that's trying to bring us back. When I say I was disappointed, it's an understatement.
I was part of that verbal encounter with OE3 when the gentleman came down. So when he came in, he specified to one of my other techs that he was with the union, and he walked over, talked to him. My tech told him to go ahead, talk to the other people, go ahead and introduce yourself. So he misidentified Tony Fuentes, who's one of my coworkers, with the wrong name. Tony corrected him, and I could overhear the conversation. And Tony asked him who he was and where he was from, and he specified again that he was with the union. When Tony asked him further, while he was trying to hand him a flyer for OE3, he did specify he was with OE3. At that point, Tony said, "I'm not interested," and the guy got visibly upset. He did walk down to my desk, and I looked at him and said, "I'm not interested in OE3," which caused him to get irate, raise his voice, tell us that we're not going to get wage increases, we're not going to get representation. When I asked him who he was and if he was an employee of AHS or if he was a direct representation or representative of OE3, he refused to answer. So Tony and I ended up asking him to leave, following him out, again, trying to find out who he was, because he never provided, didn't have a badge, didn't have any information with his name, picture, or anything, any other identifiers on there. He berated us again in the hallway, continued to raise his voice with us and told us that when we told him he couldn't enter our work area because it is a secure zone, he told us he could go wherever he wanted. It's a public building, which was a violation of AHS's policy.